So actually this is wrong. There is not enough physical cash, enough paper money and metal coins to account for all the wealth in the world. If everyone tomorrow tried to go to a bank and withdraw all their wealth in physical currency, we'd be fucked. Most of our money actually exists as data. That's what happens when you pay with a credit or debit card. You are exchanging pieces of data that represent some sort of value. And to really explain why we're doing this, we kind of have to explain currency. Before we had currency, we had the barter system. You did something for me, I did something for you. I know how to make cakes, you know how to make shoes, I make you a cake, you give me a pair of shoes. But what if no one needs a pair of shoes? Then I write a little IOU. I owe you one pair of shoes in the future, and you give me a cake right now. Same thing in reverse. If the cake maker wants to sell a cake, but no one wants a cake, he can sell IOUs for one cake in the future. Now let's say I need to go to the doctor, and I'm like, hey doc, I can make you a pair of shoes for giving me the cure to my bonitis. And the doctor's like, well, I don't need shoes. And then I go, well, I'm kind of screwed. Wait a minute, do you want a cake? I have this IOU for one cake. Then I give the IOU to the doctor, and boom, currency has been created. The only thing I could do that has worth is making shoes, but I didn't make the doctor's shoes. Instead, I ended up giving him the worth of the cake that I would have bought with my shoes. I traded him a worthless piece of paper, but that paper stood for the worth of a cake, or a pair of shoes, or something. Of course, it's kind of difficult to do that just saying I owe you one cake on every piece of paper, so instead we have monetary division. Every piece of work, anything you could possibly make, anything of value, can be represented by a number, which is then represented by currency. So when you give someone $100, that's basically an IOU. You are owed $100 of value. And you trade in that IOU, and you get a product or service which hopefully is worth $100. When you hear of things like the gold standard, that just means that this is worth so many dollars worth of gold. And the assumption there is that people will always want to buy gold. But we've been off that standard for a while. Now we just use currency that we kind of decide the value of based on other currency. An American IOU is worth this much, a Japanese IOU is worth that much, based on the general value of products and services that come out of that country. And once the internet revolution happened, we just stopped using paper currency and started trading pieces of data. I mean, we didn't totally stop. You could still have a dollar, but primarily we're trading in data right now. But even before the internet revolution, we didn't have enough paper money to cover all of our currency. That was just kept in big ledgers, a book that said X person is worth this much money. So yeah, there has never been enough physical dollars to back up someone's worth. The worth is just kind of what we say it is.